Hi, this is Chris from the Guitar Training Camp. This is the second intermediate lesson in the series How to Strum Guitar. Let's take a look at your lesson. For this intermediate rhythm 2, it is 4 measures and we're playing a bunch of different chords. We're playing an E minor chord, then we're playing an open D chord, and then an A minor, and then it looks like a G chord as well. Alright, I'll go ahead and play it and then we'll take a look at each measure. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the first measure, we start with an E minor chord. We have a quarter note on beat number 1, so we're just going to strum down for 1. Then we have a bunch of eighth notes here, so we're going to go 1, then we're going to go 2 and then you'll see that the and of 2 is tied to 3, so we're not going to play anything on 3. We're going to go 1, 2, and skip 3, and then come up on the and of 3, and then 4 and. So when you skip that and, when you skip beat number 3, what you want to do, you go 2 and. When you skip it, you want to do a fake strum down, basically skipping the strings but yet setting your hand up for strumming up on the and of 3. So it goes 2 and 3 and. I call it a fake strum, but you know, you're strumming, you're just setting up your hand, but you're not actually strumming the strings. So once again, that measure goes 1, 2 and skip 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1, 2 and skip 3 and 4 and. Now let's take a look at the second measure. For the second measure, we start with the D on beat number 1. It's just a quarter note, so you're just going 1, and then we're going to strum down on 2. It's an eighth note, and then what happens is on the and of 2, we are switching to A minor. So we're going to go 1, 2, and. That's a quick switch. So you know you're strumming down on 2, coming up on the A minor. So that's probably going to be a little tricky. You're just going to have to practice doing that over and over. I always suggest do the transition. If you're having trouble with it, do that transition 10 times, then try the rhythm again. And if you're still struggling with it, do it another 10 times, and then try the rhythm again. If you do that a couple times, you will get it down. All right, so it's going to go 1. And then we're going down on 2, up on the A minor on the end of 2. Then we're going to skip 3, and then we're going to kind of fake strum down. Then come up on the and of 3. Then it's just 4 and for beat number 4. So that measure sounds like 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. That's 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's take a look at measure number 3. Measure number 3 is going to be exactly the same as the first measure. So it's going to go 1, 2, and skip 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, and skip 3 and 4 and. Let's take a look at the fourth measure. For measure number 4, we come in with a D on the downbeat of 1. So it goes 1. And then we're going strum down. It's an eighth note on 2. So we're going to strum down with a D and then strum up with a G. And then we're going to skip beat number 3 because I put a quarter note on beat number 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, and skip 3 all together because that eighth note is tied to a quarter note, which eliminates beat number 3. And then we're going to go 4 and. We have 2 eighth notes. So that measure is going to sound like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. One more time. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Now I will go ahead and play it straight through a couple times so that you can play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go ahead and do it one more time without any counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and play through it while I count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. I'll go ahead and do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Just a little practice tip. If you find yourself thinking and not being able to keep up with me, that's perfectly fine. Just go through it nice and slow. You can even slow down the video. If you go under speed settings, you can slow it down 25% slow down to 75%. That might be a good option if you're having trouble, making the chord changes. So practice it accurately and slow, and then worry about speeding it up. Thanks for taking the time to watch this guitar lesson. If you like this lesson and you would like to see more, please subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next guitar lesson.